I think I'm live. Good morning. Welcome. Okay, now I'm pretty sure I'm live. Welcome. My name is Cher Ivans. I'm going to present to you today a very unique Qigong form called Xianggong, which translates to fragrant Qigong in English. It's a very unique but powerful Qigong form that I discovered randomly through a Facebook feed, an article that described it as the most popular form of Qigong in China and claimed many, many healing stories. So I started doing research. How can I learn this? Well, it's no longer taught, pretty much. I found at that time. The only references I found this pamphlet from the Qigong Association of America, copyright 1996. That was the peak of the Qigong fever in China. And then I also found a Chinese TV show, a video from that period, also 1995, and it showed Master Tian giving a presentation to a very large auditorium, and also in the video was his daughters showing how to do each of the moves, and then a video of them just performing them for you to do along. So it was all in Chinese. I didn't really know what was going on, but I could kind of tell that some of this had to have come from that TV show. And as soon as the first time I did it, I thought, wow, there's something really different here. This is really moving the qi. And I kept doing it with the video for, as recommended, three months. And I really didn't have any specific health issues. I'd been practicing Tai Chi and Qigong for a very long time, and I thought my health was as good as it could be. But just after those 3 months, I felt significantly better, like younger, like better than I'd ever felt in my life. I was like, you know, even in my 20s and 30s, I wasn't that healthy or fit. But now I'm healthy and fit, and now I feel super. So as part of my New Year's resolution to share more, this is one of my most important sharings, I think. So I'm going to get right to it. When I first discovered this, I wanted to share. I made this, you can see I posted these handouts, this PowerPoint in 2021. But then just recently, just after I had literally 2 weeks ago, you know, Amazon, they read your mind. You may be interested in this book. And it was called Fragrant Qigong, by a lady in the UK who was also like a Tai Chi and Qigong teacher named Tracy Lindsay. So, and she wrote a book last year that it actually has less information than this handout, but she writes very engagingly, and she's been teaching this for a while, and she has remarkable testimonials. So I would recommend getting her book, just mainly because she does tell the whole story in an engaging way, and you know, it's like Bridget Jones, you know, kind of chatty, and she has real life results. So that in itself is very exciting. So that spurred me again to start this and to frame it as a 90-day healing challenge. That's what she did. So I don't want to rip her off too much, but I will, let me just, where's, this is the cover of the book, Fragrant Qigong. Tai Chi and Lemons is her website, and you can get her book and also this journal, but I'll talk about that later. So I'm going to get right to the handout, to the, I hope, let's see, I have to share the screen here. How can I share the screen? Well, I thought I could do that while I was, I did that in practice. Well, I'm so sorry, I'm not figuring out how to do this. Before it was just right there, share the screen, and I could well, I will just have to read this on my own and while you're watching me. So Xianggong is, it is very unique. To put some of this into perspective, I don't know if there's some way to share this. I keep checking. But during the period between 1986 and 1995, that was the period of Qigong fever in China. And Qigong really took off like crazy. And according to this one very academic book called Qigong Fever by David Palmer, there were 397 Qigong masters that came down from the hills during that period. And so this Master Tian was one of them. And supposedly, when he was 12 years old, he was a sickly child, and a wandering Buddhist monk came by his family's home and said, you know, I can help cure your son. And so the parents said, okay. And he taught, his name was Tian Rusheng. The Buddhist monk, supposedly I didn't find all this story, but Tracy had this part of the story, that the original monk that it came from got the movements in a dream, and he passed it down to one lineage holder throughout the lifetime. And so this particular monk that was wandering, his name was Shi Wukong, and he taught Tian the form and told him to keep practicing, and he was cured, and he made him the lineage holder. But he told him, don't teach this, keep practicing all these years, but don't teach for 50 years. So coincidentally, that was 1988, right at the peak of Qigong fever. And so he was one of the 397 other Qigong masters that were lineage holders and had very colorful origin stories. But again, there was this, the academic book does not have any qualitative descriptions, but he does categorize this. It is very unique because it was only like one of 3 forms that identify as Buddhist. out of these 370. And it's also considered a technology. It doesn't have any theory. It doesn't have any spiritual connotations on any of this. It's just movement. So that was at one end of the spectrum of the 397. And then at the other end, you have your spiritual types, the Xianggong. But, they all became very popular all at the same time in the mid-1990s. And this book, Qigong Fever, focuses more on what the government was doing during that time, and their interest was going up and down and up and down, and somehow they thought they could utilize this whole concept of qi to either help all their people be very healthy, or world domination, or so they were very interested, and they did a lot of experimentations and trying to measure the qi from the different masters, and mixed results. And so by 1995, they'd not come up with anything regarding qi that they could use, and this was drawing massive crowds, so it was getting out of hand, so they just shut it all down. They just shut it down, and a lot of the Qigong masters moved. They got out of China, right? And at that point, we lose track of Master Tian. There's some news stories that he died, or but you can't believe anything you read from Chinese news. So that's how you continue with. Okay, I got through that part. Well, so again, this is unique. We consider it as a technology, but it needs you just have to experience it. It does not follow the principles of typical Qigong, and this is a big disclaimer, should not be practiced along with other types of Qigong or Tai Chi. Now, and this teaching, it says, Master Tian says, don't even try to come up with an explanation, because it'll probably be wrong and you'll just be spreading misinformation. But I'm going to make a stab at it. Tai Chi and Qigong operate on the meridian system that's been well known in traditional Chinese medicine for over 2,500 years. The qi flows. It's everyone knows how it flows and where it flows. But in addition to the meridians, there are the 8 extraordinary vessels, and there's very little ancient reference to them, except that they're there. And I think modern traditional Chinese medicine doesn't really treat it or have any reference to it. So the 8 extraordinary vessels would be the left and right channels, the Ren and Du meridian up the front and down the back, the Dai meridian, the belt meridian, and the spaces in the body. The front, the Sanjiao, the 3 spaces, cavities, triple warmer, and then in the back, the wide jiao, a big empty space. And you could see that, everyone knows that there's stagnant qi in those areas. And that's what I think this particular Qigong form does. It's hand movements. Your hands do have a very powerful energy center here called the Lao Gong. We do that, we use that like in the closing movement. We use the Lao Gong to push the energy down, to smooth it out. So we're using the Lao Gong to move a lot of energy and organize. I think it's organizing the qi and the spaces in your body. That's my theory. Master Chan's not here to disagree with me. Okay, back to the handout. If you look on my page, the photos, all of these handouts are in there. So the movements are simple. Like for regular Tai Chi and Qigong, we call that Yang Shen, health preservation, move it or lose it. But if you've already got deterioration in your health and mobility, then doing regular Qigong is going to be the long way around to healing. So this is really for people with some kind of chronic illness that you're not going to be able to do regular Qigong. And it also, you can tell in the movements that you're sending a lot of qi up to your head. So it says it can improve brain function and emotional health. And once healed, helps you to maintain health and longevity. Right now I just do maintenance, but for this challenge I will do it every day and see what changes we have. It's called fragrant Qigong because many practitioners report noticing a fragrance while they're practicing. Master Qian says it's because your body becomes so pure it smells like a fragrant flower. Again, my theory, you get all this qi to the head, you're opening your sinuses and you're moving a lot of air. So it is going to be bringing wafts of fragrance from somewhere, but it's also activating your senses, opening your sinuses at the same time. So that's my explanation for where the fragrance comes from. This form has a lot of do's and don'ts, it seems like, but like he says in the introduction, this form cannot do harm. So don't be afraid if you accidentally do one of the don'ts. It doesn't matter. Do check out the do's and don'ts on my... maybe I posted all these in the comments already. I hope so. But checking on the do's and don'ts, very important. Always be relaxed when practicing. Start with the inner smile. That's smiling to your insides and sending them love and having a positive attitude. Master Tian definitely stresses that, having a positive attitude. Here he says, a positive attitude is important because you're sending a message to your body, so the mind and the Qigong can unite to fight the disease. If you are suspicious about the exercise, then you're sending some negative energy inside your body, and your body and mind will stop working together. So again, placebo effect is maybe a lot of this, especially out of the 397 masters. Certainly a lot of them were fakes, but this is definitely real because it's something that I felt, and many other people that on the video of the TV show, there's one comment that just practicing it a few times had improved this minor ailment that, his dozens of regular Qigong exercises hadn't really affected. So there's definitely something. And other people have said, yes, even the first time they feel it, they can feel the qi moving. But you're supposed to practice for three months and then kind of reevaluate. Maybe you haven't really had any improvement. One of my friends, I just checked back, went in with her, And she'd been doing it for quite a while, or she tried it for 6 months. And while she was doing it, I had been in touch with her, and she said, "Oh, well, yeah, I can really feel the chi, and there's like, it's fun to do," and she was having a great time. But then she said, I asked her, "Well, are you still doing it? Are you maintaining?" And she said, "Oh no, I didn't feel anything after the 6 months, so I just quit, like Master Tian says." So that's what Master Tian says. If after 3 months you haven't felt any improvement, then he suggests that this form is not for you, and try another form of Qigong. I'm not going to speculate on any of those, why that might be. So, number 1, positive attitude. And you can do this form standing, sitting, or walking. If you're standing, do try to use good posture with the feet shoulder-width apart. And it's another thing Master Chan stresses a lot is don't use any mental work. In Tracy's book, she mentions that, but I don't think she stresses it quite enough. So you don't want to put your mind on your body, especially the sick area. And in the handout, it says Master Tian actually means not just while you're doing the exercise, but never. Don't think about your illness. Don't ever put your mind on it, because that's like page 1 of the Yellow Emperor's treaty on internal medicine is where the mind goes, chi follows. Where chi goes, blood follows. So that's how blockages start, and that's how blockages get cleared. It's important not to count, even though we have to do a minimum of 36 and a maximum of 54 movements. Don't count. I have found that 1 minute for each one is good. You're going to get your 36, and you don't have to use your mind, and you can even set up a timer to beep so you don't even have to look at the clock. So to keep your mind off of, you can even watch TV, you can be talking on the phone. And like I said, this moves a lot of chi, so you will probably have perceptions of chi movement. And you'll see that Tracy, I can't switch to that log, but she has a log where she has like every possible chi reaction that you could feel, and she has a journal, thinking for every day. Check this off if you felt these things. Well, to me that's way too much focus on the body, but just to be aware of all these things that you could perceive. She does have a good list, so maybe you will smell a fragrant smell, yawning, a cold feeling, tiredness, hot feeling. All these things are sensations of chi movement, and especially if you have a lot of stagnant chi, it's going to be moving. So passing wind and burping and farting are pretty normal, because your stomach will be growling. My stomach always growls a lot. You can feel sweating, trembling, tingling, itching, and you can have emotions come up. You can feel crying, anger, sadness, grief, happy. Again, all of these, in Qigong theory, all of these emotions come from qi, come from the organ qi. Grief and sadness are associated with the lungs, anger associated with the liver, joy and depression, the heart. the spleen and stomach, the earth element is more like worry, and kidneys are fear. So, you know, again, don't put your mind on it too much, but just maybe be aware and take a note. And if you're going to do the journal, make a journal and start off with some notes about your current state of health. And she says, have you been diagnosed by a doctor with any specific illness? Write down how you feel about your general physical and mental health. And that's important for evaluating at the end of the 90 days. Maybe if my friend had made some notes at the beginning, she would notice something specific, but I think her main problem was her knees. So in that case, maybe traditional Qigong would be better. You know, just on our exercise, step forward and punch. Have I gotten through all the... So, continuing with the do's and don'ts, breathe naturally. Don't focus on the breath. It's best to practice in a group. When practicing alone, turn on the TV or radio, but don't listen to the music. Don't start doing your movements in time to the move. No, just keep the movements very steady and tick-tock. That's that phrase hadn't occurred to me, tick-tock. And you can even talk on the phone while you're practicing, but you can see in the TV show, and also the handout mentions it, and Tracy mentions it, is if you do get a phone call while you're practicing, you shouldn't really, you need to do the whole thing, but if you're practicing and you have to stop in the middle, always do the closing movement is the message. You scoop up and then smooth down. So if you have to answer the phone, always do that first and then start from the beginning again. So practice form 1 to 2 times a day, and after 3 months, evaluate. If maybe you're better, continue for 6 months, and if you're healed, so it says proceed to form 2 only after all illness has disappeared. So if anyone is interested in moving on to form 2, I can show you that. There's also the same source, the Chinese TV video from that period. And again, after 6 months, if nothing has happened, you can, you know. So I would be interested in following up with everyone just to kind of see what the results are, so I can know if this really does work or what. So another don't. People with high blood pressure, you should keep the movements below heart level. So don't be up here, be down here, right below the heart. So I guess we're ready. Okay. So you can do these movements anywhere. It's just arm movements. I have this chair with the arms, so that's not so good. I will push the chair away. I'm going to put on some music. Well, I apologize for technical difficulties. Oh, there we go. So we start with 10 open and close movements. And again, breathe naturally, stand comfortably. If you're sitting in a chair, do sit up straight away from the back. And we can put our hands together. We want to leave a little space in between just the heels of the hands and the tips of the fingers. You want to do at least 36 movements, but not count. So I think a minute is good. If you get tired, you can't do up that many, that's fine. Just do as many as you can. And join back in. Don't move the torso, it's just the, again, if you look at Tracy's video, it appears she has not seen how her daughters do it because she's like moving her elbows. No, don't do that. The elbows stay right next to the body. And you just want to do a steady movement, not too fast, not too slow. And we switch to the second one, that was dragon. Wags its tail, this is phoenix, nods its head, bows its head. We're just moving, point the fingers up, point the fingers down. And it's also good to look at trees while you're doing it. It's good to do it outside, but if you are inside, look at trees. That's why I'm standing over here instead of against the wall. We at least have some greenery and you can maybe see out the window. We have trees. And you can walk around. There's no reason that, we have to stand still. Unless, it starts doing the movements too unevenly. You want to do that. And keep them nice and even and steady. Okay, the third one, we start with 5, open and close. And then the palms face each other and sweep out. This is figure 8, cuts through gold. So this looks like the Chinese character H. Palms face each other. And the arms don't go completely straight. Palms face down at the end. Always keep the inner outer smile. And this is playing the stringed instrument. So this is one where you want to keep it below your heart level. Palms are flat. Again, Tracy does not do this one quite correctly. She's like going in like this. No. So palms just come down and they point out the whole time. I'll make another video where I'm outside and just to follow along, and I will edit this so just the follow along part will be in a video. You don't have to watch through the whole thing again to get to this part. And I'm going to flip the hands over, same thing. Oh, this is separating the beggar bowl and wooden fish. I don't know, I think it's some Buddhist reference. I guess all of these are some Buddhist reference, but I don't really know for sure. The next one of them we will talk a little bit more about. But I do have, let's see, I do have one of these. The 8 Immortals with a wooden fish. I don't know what that means. Okay, right. And on the next one, the palms are about 20 centimeters. I don't know what that is, but palms are a little ways apart, and we're waving side to side. The wind rippling the lotus leaf. And in this case, we keep the wrists pretty straight. We're not waving too much. And the fingers always stay together. Not like in traditional Tai Chi or Qigong, we want to say we have space between the fingers. It's about 45 degrees each side, not too far. Okay, this next movement is called turning the universe to the left. So I'm going to go to the left, but this is not a mirror image. So I will turn around. So you're going to be going the opposite direction from me. Go to your left. Don't want to mess this up. You have to go in order of these exercises. Order matters. Just make an oval. Keep the hands like you're holding the energy ball. Okay, we're going to just switch that around the other way, turning the universe to the right. So you want to be going the opposite of me. I'll turn around again, going to the right. Again, just do as many as you can. If you get tired, you can just rest until you feel like you can do some more. Okay, the next one is row the boat. So we're grabbing the oars, pulling them in a circular motion. Reach out, grab the oars, pull them in. Loose fists, don't clench. Keep the movement steady. And the next one is turning the Dharma wheel. So try not to go too fast on this. We're making a big oval. Even though this is, do this one faster than the other ones, I still do this in a minute. Just to keep it even. It's really nice and big. The next one is called Damo Sails the Boat. So the right hand goes on top of the left palm. They're both facing down, again below the heart level. And we're going, this time we are using our elbows. The energy, the elbows are going out. So this is, Damo is the Chinese name for Bodhidharma. You remember from my history of Xianggong last week. I have a picture of that. But the legend is Bodhidharma came to China across the Li River and he sailed across on a bamboo branch. So whether he's steering a boat or crossing on this bamboo branch. Okay, the next move, wind to the ears. So cup your hands like you're listening to a seashell. So kind of activate your ears like you really want to hear the air in the seashell. Right from the waist. And of the miracle healings that are associated with Master Tian, healing deaf mutes is one of the most common, and that's definitely healed me. I had hearing loss in this ear, and it is not quite normal. Maybe I'm not going to listen to the phone on that ear, but it's definitely improved. Tracy says it can cure your tinnitus, but I can't say that I still have tinnitus. So this one we're making little C shapes with our hands, and we're going up to the eyes, golden light to the eyes. Again, it's good to look at a tree when you're doing it. I really think this activates the senses. And this is where if you're going to smell a fragrance, it's probably now. Okay, now we're down to the last movement, the closing movement, and right hand in front of left, and we're just sweeping. And we don't want to swing too much. We're not swinging. We're intentionally moving one hand in front of the other. And when we finish, the closing is 3 minutes of meditation. I think you'll feel that your mind is really quiet at this point, so just try to hang on to that as long as possible. Keep the thoughts out of your mind and just focus on the breath. Again, heel of the hands and tips together in front of the heart chakra, and we're going to have silent meditation for 3 minutes. And open your eyes. And we're going to do the closing movement. Very important. So we're going to grab and pulling up. Inhale up. Smooth exhale down. And Tracy closes her video right here, but this is the important part. We have all that healing chi in our hands. Master Tian says this is the one time that you can focus on your illness spot. If it's your abdomen or whatever, your ears, your kidneys, your knees, so you can get all that chi activated and send it healing to wherever you want. So smooth your face, get all over, body sweep, go all the way down the bladder meridian, grasp the tops of the feet, at the knees, this is a good knee, I guess you still can't see me, but you want to put your leg out and like flex the toes, so you want to lift up the kneecap. We're going to massage all around the kneecap. Send it warmth, and then again massage all around the kneecap with your fingers. Feel like trying to lift it up all around the edges. And then there's 2 acupuncture points below that you can massage, and then 2 above. You can tell that they're tender, that you can feel that there are acupuncture points. And so I'm going to sweep, and I guess we're finished. So let me know how you feel. Next week, if there's participants, I would rather do like a Zoom. You can ask questions and check in on how you're doing, and give me some feedback. So I guess we will wrap it up. I don't know if I will post the link to get this book. And again, look for Tracy Lindsay's book on Amazon. I was going to have that on my tablet, but I couldn't get Amazon on my tablet. Let's see if I can find her book. But the interesting thing about her book is she has a lot of real results. So this is her book. Let's see. Fragrant Xianggong by Tracy Lindsay. Unlock the power to heal your body. But again, refer to my do's and don'ts. I think, maybe she didn't stress things enough, but she's had great results. So you can see it doesn't exactly matter whether you're doing the form precisely right or, following all the do's and don'ts. But I hope someone gives it a try, and and lets me know how they're doing. So thank you for this opportunity to share this with you. In the spirit of Master Tian, this is a donation to humanity to help heal. This, I really believe the future of healing is Qigong. It's not Western medicine, you know, and so far, Western medicine is really not getting to the point, you know. Why haven't they found a cure for cancer? Because they're not looking at the right place. It's chi blockages. Okay, I'm sorry about the music, but I guess it's telling me it's time to wrap it up. And thank you for joining me. Bye. Maybe I'll see you next week. And I'll make another video of the forum just outside. Bye-bye.